No, I got these new spokes back. This front wheel, I'm going to do that first. So basically you put the inner ones on first, they're the ones that go underneath here. So every second one's an inner, and every second one's the other ones are an outers. So you always put your inners in first. Just done the underneath ones first. So I'm just going to flicker one of them on each one of these, just on a few turns, and then I'll do the top ones. But they're also the inners, and then you do the outers. It's not that hard. If you don't do it that way, you'll never get it together. Right, that's the inners on both sides. But if you ever do this, you carefully look at the rim, and there's one on this side points this way. There's one on the bottom side that points that way, so you know that goes on the bottom. The one's on the slightly on this side, so the next one, this one, will go here. So that points at it, and then this one follows it. That one goes there. The next one goes there. The next one goes there. The next one goes there. It's not really that hard, but I might have a little bit of difficulty getting these spokes in because they're a little bit larger. But I'll get them in somehow. I had to slightly drill these holes, just slightly, because they just wouldn't push through up from that side. So once you got them in like that, and just look where your thing goes. See how that points to that? That little knob there points to it. So they all go like that. It's fairly easy, really. I don't see what the big deal is with them. There's that. They go like that. So I'll just throw them in, put the knobs on them. And once you get them like that, there's only one place for them left to go. That one goes in there. That one goes in there. I didn't have to drill this side actually. I didn't really drill the hole, I just sort of leaned the drill back and just elongated it a fraction. But they're just slightly bigger, these spokes, and that side of the hub's a fraction bent. And it just makes it a bit difficult to put it together. That's it, that's the last spoke. So I did a good job making these. So what I'll do is just run each one up until they, and keep them sort of even, and then just tighten it all up. There's the front wheel done. All I've got to do is just tighten it now, make sure it's all nice. I've just got to cut the spokes off this wheel here. They're going in garbage, those old spokes. These new ones on, and then I'll put them on the stand and straighten them up, and they're done. They can get tyres on it. It's going on the bike. I've got to make some spaces. That's about it. think that one's not right. Stop that for a sec. Right, that's the inners and outers on this side. I've just got to flip it over, got the outers on the other side to go. Well, there's both wheels done. Front one's done, done the back one. I did make a little mistake. Look, I had to cut the spokes off the back wheel and they look the same. So I had them side by side. And I just did the front one and I moved it to there, and then I walked over and grabbed the bolt cutters and I moved this one. I swapped them around. But when I come out, I actually cut two of these bloody new spokes. So annoyed. Anyway, I've cleaned up some of the old ones. I can tell which ones they are. Oh, there they are. There's one there and one there. They just look a bit dirtier. I've got two new ones coming. I rang the old mate down there. He's going to make me two new ones. I feel so stupid. Anyway, that's why I didn't really film much more. I was a bit annoyed. Now I'm just going to balance these wheels up. It's a bit wonky. Anyway, I'll take it back off. I'll check the centre, the hub for centre first. Just a bit of persuading. That's pretty in the middle there. A little bit that way, a little bit that way. Right, I'll put it on the stand thing and see how it looks. First thing I want to do is get the hub in the centre. So you put a little stick here so you can mark it. Pretty close. This is the back wheel. So I'll get it onto the lowest point, about there. And I've got to pull that up. So the centre's got to come down. Anyway, I've just got to get that centred first, and then you do your side to side. It's about as close as I'm going to get that. It's quite good, especially for a 50-year-old kid's toy. So now I've got to just finish this little bit of wobble. That brings the actual wobble in a bit too. So just got a little bit of wobble to fix, and that wheel's done. I'll just go and give each spoke a quarter of a turn to tighten. So they're tight. That's where the last spokes failed. I got it to this stage and went to tighten them and they just stripped. That's not bad, but I can get it better. It's pretty good. Does have a slight little thing there where the rims joined, but I'm happy with that. It's tight. It's going on the bike. We'll do the front one. I'll give that a clean. It's going on the bike. Well, that's the front one. It's pretty ordinary. You aren't getting it straightening it. There's the front one. And that's pretty good actually. Good enough for a mini bike. They do have a slight bump where the rim joins, but that's how they were. Oh, there's the wheels done. I've just got to switch over these two spokes when I get them. They should be here this week. So I really can't put that wheel on that front tyre on this front thing till I get these two new spokes. It's that one and that one. They're the old ones. I just put it on there so I could true the wheel. They come out good. You got to sort of grind these off neat as well. I always flick a bit of paint there. So they're all done. Anyway, thanks for that. Thanks for watching. These bikes, nothing fits when you go to put them back together. I mean, nothing. I'm having problems getting this wheel centered. I just put it on so I can make the spaces. So I've got a spacer to make there, I can measure that. There's a spacer there, but this sprocket only just clears the swing arm. It's weird. You wouldn't want to have a bigger sprocket, it will be hitting it. Anyway, I'm going to have to make a longer axle for starters. To buy some rod and make an axle for it so they comes out a bit further. It's just, yeah, I can't quite get the wheel in the centre. It's close, but who knows, maybe it was like that. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to thank Bruce down there at Fast Lane Spokes in Melbourne. If you ever need any spokes, Bruce is your guy. Custom spokes, Fast Lane. F-A-S-T-L-A-N-E. Thanks for that. Right, today I've got to make an axle. I'm going to found this bit of steel, I'm just going to use that. It's only about 10 mil short, but 10 mil's 10 mil, I'm going to make it 210. Anyway, get going. I've just got to turn that down about a mil and thread it and then lengthen it. That's the longer one of them things. Longer axle. These are the two rear spaces. See, that goes on there like that. It sits in there. I made it a bit wider so it's got a nice sort of a grab there. Alright. And that one sits down into the back where the sprocket is. That one sits in there like that. Well, I've just spent a good hour cleaning these tyres. It's never been on a bike, 50 years old. It's been on a bike and it's 50 years old. I'm trying to save these tyres. They're a bit of an odd size. Tread's good, but I'll have to paint that. Probably paint both of them and then redo the white stripe. We'll see how it turns out. I can get like road tyres, but 3.5 inch wide is a bit of an odd size in 12 inch. See what happens. That's it, completely done with the other two new spokes back on there. Turned out quite good. That's both wheels done. Now what I've got here, these two tyres, that's the original tyre off the bike. That tyre there's brand new. It's never been on a bike. I've cleaned them. Probably going to have to give them a paint job. I'm going to spray these black and then I'm going to redo this white line because I want that on it. That's what I'm going to try and do anyway. They're not going to be easy to fit, but getting these tyres in this size, they're pretty hard to come by. They're 3.5 inches wide and they're only 12 inch wheels, so let's see if I can get them on and make them look good. I've just prepped that like that. I'm going to flick some black on here and pull this tape off. I'll probably tape it the other way, paint this other side, then I'll do the white, see how it turns out. If it turns out alright and I can get it on, I'll use those tyres, but otherwise I'm going to have to buy some other tyres. I can get 4 inch by 12 and I can get 3 inch by 12, but I can't get 3.5. So let's see what happens. Peel the tape off the other side, reuse it, it's already that shape. That's that. I might have to redo the outside edge of this older tyre. You can see a few little bits here there, but now I've got to paint the white stripe. Got one side of the tyre on, put the tube in, and I put this stuff on, it helps, the dishwashing stuff. Hopefully I can get this side in, otherwise I'll have to buy new tyres. There you go. If anyone ever asks you, can you put a 50-year-old tyre on a motorbike? So you don't know, but tell them you know someone that can. She's got to repaint this white little stripe. You can buy stuff, you can buy a thing for that, so I'm going to go buy one. Once I got it on the bike, I'll spin it and just hold it there. Pretty happy with that. That was the bad tyre, it's the one on the back. The other one's never been on a bike. So, very happy. There's the wheels finished. Painted the tyres, repainted the stripe, and painted the tyres. Before, that's unpainted. That's painted. They look pretty good on the bike. I wanted to keep the original tyres on it. Why not? What's use having 50-year-old tyres and not using them? Nothing wrong with them. And the bloody bike's only just going to sit up in the thing anyway, no one's going to ride it. Probably get ridden once and that's it. Anyway, thanks for that. I'll slap this on a video.